3 reasons why it's never been better to work in advertising and marketing, and why the people who work in it should be really excited for 2025. By the way, if you just blanket search advertising in Google Images, lots of images of Times Square. These reasons and this list and this post shouldn't be controversial, but it is because it's counter to a lot of the rhetoric, a lot of the narrative that we hear in the advertising and marketing industry. We love to beat ourselves up. We love to see how it's all doom and gloom. It's never been better. 3 reasons why. Number 1, the right brands will continue to invest in creativity as a business driver, regardless of what happens with the economy. Lots and lots of headlines, speculation around what's going to happen with the health of the US and global economy next year with so much in flux, a new administration coming in. There's chatter about what happens when the tariffs come into play. People are talking about the standard of living, the cost of living, inflation. The Fed saying they're not going to cut interest rates. The analysts at the banks are going away right now and doing their thing where they predict how much the S&P 500 is going to move. By the way, they've been frightfully wrong for the past few years. Yes, some brands will pull back from marketing spend. That's absolutely going to happen. The right brands with the right people and the right mindset are still going to invest in creativity. We know this because Mischief, this advertising agency, was started during the global pandemic in 2020, June of 2020. And what followed were terrible years for the economy and fruitful years for the business of creativity. Because of that, and so much in flux, brands had no choice but to think creatively, to think differently, to cut through the noise, to get to the people they're trying to get to, and to move at the speed of culture, which has never been faster. Great news for advertising agencies that help brands do that. And with every year that passes in our business of advertising and marketing, the global case study for creativity as a business driver just gets stronger and stronger, thanks to really, really bold, brave marketers. Which leads me to reason number 2 why you should be so excited for 25 and to be working in advertising and marketing now. Think about the marketing leaders, the chief marketing officers at the helm of the brands doing really well right now. And think about the next generation of leaders that they're grooming underneath them. It's incredible what's going to happen in the coming years for the future of marketers. You've got CMOs like George Felix at Chili's, who has turned that place around with his team and the CEO, Kevin Hochman. Their creativity in the last quarter that closed was attributed to nearly 15% increase in overall sales and a 6% increase in restaurant traffic. In the QSR category, that is unheard of, absolutely bucking that trend. You got people like the CMO of Tubi, Nicole Parlapiano, who took this little streamer that was on all of your smart TVs a couple of years ago and no one just noticed it. No one noticed it. Took this small challenger brand and turned it into a juggernaut of a streamer. Today, it has surpassed more than 90 million monthly viewers. The monthly viewership has surpassed, depending on what month you're talking about, Paramount Plus, Apple TV Plus. Think about the absolute mammoth production dollars that go into their titles. And Disney Plus even. It sits here today as the most popular free movie and TV show streaming platform out there. They're branching out now. They just launched in the UK. It's owned by Fox. It's doing extremely well. A lot of this success is attributed to the marketing put in place by Nicole Parlapiano. She chose to give Tubi a brand and a personality of its own instead of focusing on marketing specific titles like all the other streamers do. Really interesting strategy with Tubi, actually. There's a lot more of that on this profile. Go in, have a look. You got leaders like Corey, the CMO over at Elf Beauty. Just punch in Elf Beauty collab. They've done some amazing things with Liquid Death this year, you saw. And we helped do a collab with them for Tinder. We launched a cool little makeup line called Face Your Date, which brings us to the CMO of Tinder, the formidable Melissa Hobley. Changing perception of the world's most popular dating app, which is like turning around a cruise liner in record speed by putting in place a new brand platform called It Starts With a Swipe. Doesn't matter if you're looking for a hookup or a marriage or anything in between, it always starts with a swipe on Tinder. That's something that only Tinder can say, being the founder of and the king and queen of the swipe. The marketing is helping draw in a whole new generation of daters, specifically Gen Z women. The third reason wouldn't be a marketing post without talking about AI. The third reason is the role that AI has been playing and is going to play in marketing and advertising. Its introduction to the sector is absolutely unprecedented, historic. Last year was the year of kind of tinkering around, experimentation. This year felt like a huge year of adoption. That's going to continue into 25, huge adoption. And we're going to see it do a couple of things. We're going to see it streamline the workforce. We're going to see it take the jobs that we don't want to do so we can focus on creativity, we can focus on strategy. And it's going to clean house in a lot of shops that are not designed to solve business problems with creativity, but are designed to churn out content, to churn out assets. If you're an asset-led company and you're not solving problems with creativity, you're just saying, here's a video, here's an asset, there you go, then that's going to change the way that you work. But AI will not be a worry. It will be a friend and not a foe for advertising agencies that are in the business of solving really chunky, chewy business problems with creativity, because AI cannot do that. AI cannot replace the strategic knowledge that goes into solving a business problem. It cannot solve for the creative expression of that strategic plan. It cannot, it will not. And with so much chop shop asset creation stuff being done by AI, it's going to put a premium on proper creativity. It's going to drive the relevancy and the need for real creativity. AI is a good thing if you're in the right kind of business.